right, man. We rolling, Mo.
We rolling. We here.
And our Thanksgiving episodes going, everything geared up, locked in, we ready to roll. Got some voice notes.
Yeah.
Got some good brothers in the room with us, man. First and foremost, our most recent guest, Jimmy. He found time in his busy schedule, man, to come back through and holler at us for a second. We just wanted to drop in, say a few bars about another week in the books and your experience on the show, man. And I'll let you get back to your busy day, my brother.
Hey man, I had a good time talking with y'all fellas, man. I like that y'all have like two different perspectives. Like y'all don't agree on shit. And like that's but that you need that. I need it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was I love what y'all got going on, man. I love what y'all got going on.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you,
Yeah,
my
we
brother.
appreciate that, man.
Absolutely. Mo, you got any questions, anything like
Now,
that?
I was gonna say, man, anything special for Thanksgiving or
No, man, I just be sitting at home crying and shit. You know, nah, for real. Like, I mean, like my dad passed last year, so I just be,
Oh, yeah.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So I ain't really, festive at all. Cause I
Okay.
always spend it with him, cause he ain't fuck with nobody either. So,
Hmm.
we just used to sit by ourselves in the house, So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna, just sit in the house and not do shit.
Well, thank you for letting us have a little bit of that time before you get to that part of it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play Call of Duty in a minute, and and just vibe on out, man. Just vibe on out. But I got Nashville Saturday, with Desi Banks. That's
Nice.
Ooh,
that's coming up. And then I got Don Tripp and Starlito December 16th. So that's the two shows I got coming up.
Nice.
So we gonna have some fun over here in Nashville.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy, we appreciate you, my brother. Enjoy your holiday. Don't spend too much time alone. If you get too deep in your feelings, you can give us a call. It's what another week in the books for, brother.
that's facts.
I
So
appreciate that.
absolutely, my brother. Got much love for everything that you do and you as a brother. You enjoy your holiday, my.
All right, man, Sam, y'all.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
be good.
All right.
All right, get this started off right, man. I ain't had the privilege of listening to any of these voice notes. So I'm excited to hear how those sounds, but I'd be
Dro,
remiss, huh?
I about to say, well, Dro's in the waiting room, but yeah, I haven't listened
Oh,
to
you
none
want
of
to
them
let
either.
him in?
Whenever
You
you
want to go
want
ahead and
to.
let him in? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
okay.
Hey, Dross. The Zoom names is hilarious.
Dro be puffing. Dro be puffing.
What up,
My
Mo?
brother.
What's up?
What's
Let me
going
figure
on,
out.
brother?
Man, I can't call it, man. Long ass day. Long ass day. We figure out how
When
to
the
work
last
this
time you seen?
technology.
When the last time you seen Big Jeff? Been forever, probably, huh?
Yeah, it's a long time.
Wow.
Big Jeff
Long
came in here to
time.
chill with us for a minute. Let me do a rollout for this brother. You a character in these books. Like I don't think there's an episode that came by where we haven't mentioned you, Dro. And I know as far as a standpoint of support and what you do, man, we greatly appreciate it. I don't think we could say enough how much you done spread the word, and people told me that they heard about this from you. I know everything you do it to the max. So I appreciate you. Probably the number one bookworm.
I
Jeff, you
tell
number
them,
two.
I
Big
try to
Jeff,
tell them not to. I tell them
Uh,
to keep it a secret, man. I don't want them to spill the tea on how they got there. I just want them to show up.
hey,
I demand them to show up, man. It's like, hey, man, don't call my phone tomorrow because I'm gonna ask you, did you listen? Then I'm gonna
oh
hang up if you
man, he
didn't.
hold court on people, bro.
Hey, man, I'm not playing around,
The
man.
street
Word of mouth
team
is the
over
best
here, man.
marketing. Yeah,
Yeah, he not
guerrilla
joking when he
marketing.
say that.
Nah, I'm
Yeah.
dead ass serious, Mo.
He not,
Hey,
man.
I appreciate y'all. Like this ain't the Of course, this isn't the first self help podcast that I've ever listened to, but just the fact that like I know Luke personally and the backstory of y'all not knowing each other and being able to bring that side of him out is like, oh shit, it's helping me remember a lot of shit that I may have forgotten just in the hustle or bustle of life, man. I'm
Mhm.
me slowing down and shit like, and I've been going to therapy, implementing a lot of shit that y'all just talk about and do. And it's the topic of conversations that me and my homeboys have, like, like on a regular basis. Like I called a dude yesterday just out the blue because I had been seeing him post on Facebook and just asked him how he was doing. And like that nigga was going through it. And it's just, even in him going through it, like I like, hey man, you might want to check out this podcast, man. Cause like when I'm going through it, like these niggas right here kind of put shit in perspective to where it's like, just cause it's bad don't mean it gotta be all bad type shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
Wow.
That's great shit.
Yeah, I
man.
appreciate
Great
you,
shit.
Mo, man. Mo doing this thing, man. Like I told you, man, to get this out on Friday mornings, man, after y'all sit up 2 hours, man. And I know you got the wife at home and shit. Like you done made me look at marriage in a different light too, Mo. Like I be ready to throw the towel in with this shit, man. I be
Hey,
like,
man.
Am I built for it?
Hey, no, look.
Do this. I've been
Man,
Oh
yeah.
Hey,
It's real.
I can do this shit by myself, man, and be lonely than a motherfucker. But it's like, oh man, it's that I got a homeboy. Like that's the easy way out, dog. Like,
Yeah.
you need people who have experience in years and years of it to be able to relate. That's with anything. You can't call a nigga that work a 9 to 5 and ask him about business stuff. And so you're gonna be like, man, well shit, just quit that business and go get a job. Oh, nigga, I'm a CEO over here, man. I'm not going to get no job, man. Like, nah, you not relating to the shit I'm going. It's just the shit I'm going through. I'm supposed to go through it. If it didn't happen, I think something was wrong. So it feels good to relate, man, to people. You know what I'm saying? So y'all been holding court. Like I just got the phone. So he said, man, I done missed about a month of episode. I said, them niggas been getting real heavy in the past month.
See, you gonna turn them off though.
No,
because it's like some people, us, man, we be like, bro, this is a little heavy. Like, I don't know, man. I gotta.
Hey, when you grow up heavy, man, it's like this is relief, bro. Like when you grow up and you just like you put yourself in it, like you throw yourself in the fire and shit. Like I didn't realize how long I had like been running around in the streets just doing bullshit. So I was talking to my therapist yesterday. I was like, damn. Nigga, 14, 15 years old, like making grown man fucking decisions and shit. Then you look up like you didn't look past 21, and then here it is 39, 40 years old. It's like, oh shit, like.
And I gotta get your dad on the phone to tell him thank you at some point, man.
We
rejected that shit as much as we could when we was little niggas, man. And we can say his packaging was wrong, anything, but that nigga was telling us he probably one of the basis for this show too. Like every now and then I think about that nigga. He'll grab us, hey, where y'all go? Sit down right here, man, for a minute. Have us sitting in the yard looking like like we just sitting in the yard preaching to us like y'all on that bullshit, y'all doing this the wrong way, nigga. I done seen it.
My homeboys done told me
they
that my son is running around here bullshitting, and y'all did man, So, hey, and as much as I try not to be like that nigga, man, there's so many similarities, just scary. Like it just, and our relationship ain't the best of relationships, but I got mad respect for dude just cause of where he was, like he was my age now when he had me back in '84. So to be damn near 40 with your first child, like from a woman in Florida, way down in Florida, like nowhere near home, you know what I'm saying? Packed his family up and brought him back up here and just like made a way out of no way, basically, and just did what the fuck he had to do. Like I didn't really understand that shit. Like I'm wanting siblings and stuff like that. Like, nah, nigga, I just, it's a lot of shit with that relationship that just come from just not the resentment, but the resistance from it. Just like, oh, that's my pop, man. I ain't. Now I'm about to go on the other side of town and be a fucking menace. Like I ain't gonna hang out over here where he at. I'm gonna go over here and do some old dumb shit. So maybe don't nobody know who I am. I can change my name and have a whole different persona on this side of town.
Wow.
Yeah, that shit is wild. But I'm here, man. I'm 39 years old. Young shit, trying to, work on this next stage in my life. And y'all have, over the last year and some change, y'all have really put a lot of shit in perspective. Like, I say all the time, I send them messages back when see people say Happy Thanksgiving or, those man-made holidays. Like, I don't have to necessarily celebrate this shit, but them moments, them 2 minutes that it'll take to send that message out, it'll make that person day. It'll just, it might start some type of, correspondence and communication between each other. Like, I got a cousin, he listen, he be calling, you know what I'm saying? He said, bro, it's no reason that we shouldn't talk more. Shit, you like my brother. If something would have happened to you at any point in time, I'd be down this bitch devastated. And I got your phone number. We don't even talk that much. But Lou breaking it down like I'm an only child, man. Like I be in my own corner, bro. Like I'm like, shit, them niggas good. They'll be all right. When I see them, it's like, oh shit, I don't really know people fuck with me like that. But when I be out and shit though, like motherfuckers be, I'm like, man, where the fuck did you know me from, man? But it's a long journey, man. It's a lot of experience. I appreciate y'all though.
Well, you're doing a great job, my nigga. Don't let
I
nobody tell
appreciate
you
y'all.
any different. You're doing a great job on your journey, my nigga.
Yeah, man. It get rough sometimes, man. But like I told Lou the other day, man, I'm trying to look I'm looking on the brighter side at all times now. You know what I'm saying? Really finding the optimistic vantage point of whatever I'm going through. It's for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Even hiccups and shit, like that shit is for a reason.
Yeah, man. And you know, I'm grateful for you because you saw fit to be comfortable enough to reach out to me, and then we've had phone calls, and I've appreciated your input on when we didn't agree on some stuff, or even when I took the break.
How much chili did you send?
I ate two bowls and then I gave him one bowl. You didn't eat. Give me just a second. I'm in the middle of recording. It was a long day. I was hungry.
I get it.
Ain't no way.
Hey, man.
And that's what this show for.
Yeah, it's real. Like, in real time.
In real time, man. I ate too much chili and gave my homeboy some, man. Shit, I'm a big nigga, man. I was hungry, man.
Go handle your responsibilities,
Yeah,
brother.
Yeah. I
Appreciate
just want to
you.
check in with y'all, though,
Thank
man.
you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you
problem.
for building
Appreciate
this
y'all,
up to
man.
what it is. Absolutely.
All right.
And not to put, I guess, it's in here holding it down with us on any back burners, man. This Big Jeff don't know how hard I pushed for him to be a part of FSP. He don't know how much of a fan that I am of his, man. So it always makes me proud. Man. It makes me proud when I'm doing something. I ain't send Jeff a link or nothing, but he checked it out. Like, he know what I got going on as well. Like, I appreciate that. And I want you to know how much of a fan that I am of you and what you do, my brother.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. You know, if I'm being completely honest, when it come down to podcasting, when y'all started on deck many moons ago, that was y'all, Combat Jack, and Rosenberg was the reason why I was like, I can do this. Like, I can really do this. It was y'all, it was Combat Jack, and it was Rosenberg. Then, of course, Button and all them came shortly thereafter. And then that's when I kind of, by that time I was FSP and other things. But yeah, for real, man. Y'all was, because y'all, when you search hip hop podcast mode, you probably did the same thing.
Yep.
When you search hip hop podcast, y'all was one of the only names that came up back then on deck. Like, it was y'all, of course, Combat Jack, Rosenberg. Yeah, it was crazy. That's why, not to cut you off, but that's why when you started 3 episodes ago, when you started about the whole where you supposed to be at thing and all that, but I said they hit home, like, hey, my nigga, that's that's it. Because it's hard enough, and not to get too off track, but it's hard enough explaining to people sometimes what a podcast is. And
how you make money off of that? How you
my God. So what do you mean on the radio? God bless his dead. My grandfather, my grandfather, when I was trying to explain it to him one time, I was like, when I dropped him off from one of his doctor's appointments, I said, I got to go record. He said, you still doing music? I'm like, nah. That's
franchise.
That's been over with, bro. And I was just explaining to him the podcast, and he was like, oh, the radio? I was like, hey, you know what? Don't even worry about it.
It's the radio. Yep. That's
a little bit like that.
New radio.
Without
when we
music.
First started, that's how we used to have to tell niggas. Like, we would be like, we do this podcast. And they'd be like, what the fuck is that? Everybody got one, but we had to explain, well, it's like a radio show, but you can listen to it anytime, blah, blah, blah. Niggas was clueless when we first started.
I remember going in and like downloading people podcast apps on their phone for y'all. Do this. It's already
there.
It's already on your iPhone.
You ain't never clicked on this app, and it's already right there.
Absolutely, it was next to the numbers in the folder app and all that.
That
you never use.
Facts, man.
Yeah, there's a guy. I'm gonna try to reach out to him one day. He was a heavy contributor to my inspiration. I don't know if I brought him up on the show, but his name, if he ever hears, is Eric Dizzy. He's from Indiana.
Yeah, Eric Dizzy.
You familiar with Eric Dizzy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, he do the story. He do the freaky stories.
Yeah, yeah. He do the yeah.
Is that where you got the idea from Roll from? Mo?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I mean, I didn't get the freaky part of it from it, but the
I say, let me find out you're doing Zane over there.
No, I'm gonna and I got to reach. I mean, I got to. So he was. They had. I don't know if he's still active on that, but Ignorant Philosophy was their podcast, and they would literally just be shooting it up, shooting, whatever. But in between the ignorance, there was something there, and they helped me be more honest than I ever been. Like, and that was probably at the age of 23 or something. That's what really started to catapult me to be just honest, or as people say, real nigga, where I just stopped being like, I don't care how I look. I don't care if I look goofy because I was embarrassed or what. I don't care. The way they were just giving it up really opened me up to being that way, and then also inspired me to say I could probably do this if I could find. Now the problem was the crew for a long time, but yeah, I know how that go. But that, and then of course the Black Widow, that's what it's called. Black Widow, heavy inspiration to Roll, and I was glad just to bring it full circle. He was one of my inspirations. Of course, On Deck was one of my inspirations. Again, y'all felt out of reach. Like, so you and Animal Brown, and then him, even though it was way late in the game when I found out, I'm like, this nigga live in Indy. Cause he was referencing streets and stuff. And I'm like, Shaylin, like Keystone. I'm like, wait a minute. And then one day they said it was Indy. I was like, oh man. But it was years later when I would actually connect, and I was able to, somebody shot my show to him. And I got to do Ignorant Philosophy, and I got to do a couple acting spots over there, Black Widow. So it was like, that was like huge for me. And then getting to link up with you and do this. So it's like, man, you go from like just a listener, nobody know you, to like this stage. That's why I'm looking at like, bro, there's a trajectory happening. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta believe in what you your abilities. Like, I just believed in what I was doing. I just never had the setup. But so I'm grateful to be here, man. I'm grateful for you two brothers, man, for sure. Jeff, I came across you just on, like, I wish y'all do it again, but like when y'all were doing the big, I'm calling it like, the mashups, bro. Them things, like, y'all sleep on how fire them things is, bro. Like bringing the worlds together like that, bro. That is heat, dude. I swear.
Yeah, it's it's difficult getting the Power Rangers together. Like,
a lot of personalities.
A lot of personalities, Mo.
Y'all the Wu-Tang out here, man.
Man, you know what I'm saying? On paper, it look great. On paper,
yeah.
Organizing it, putting together, dealing with feedback, it ain't his way.
Hey man, it's tough.
We gonna spin the block though.
We're gonna make a new mashup. I'm really pushing for that to happen. So.
Yeah. It take energy like yours though, Mo. I think again. I know y'all got stuff to talk about, but just real quick, it take energy like yours that's fresh eyes, fresh ears, fresh just energy. Cause like you coming into it with a blank slate with everything, right? So that's, to me, I think I might have said this on the last time we did like a voice note. I was talking about how I think that's how you're able to get, to me, the best out of Lou, because you have that blank slate. And there isn't, like, for me, I don't know Lou well enough how to push him, but I know if I go too far, I know when not to go too far with Lou. Like, I know, all right, that might be a little touchy. Like calling Lou a contrarian. Don't call Lou a contrarian. Whatever you
Oh, really?
Call Lou a contrarian.
Almost into the whole group chat, man. It wasn't, and the fact was, it wasn't even that he called. Excuse me. It wasn't the fact that I was being called. It was who was calling me that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, he know me better.
Like, you got to know.
Yeah, like, nigga, you know me better than that, better than anybody in this group chat talking. So for you to say that, it was really, I was offended. I was super.
I was offended.
It's a real moment.
I was really
ever call him a contrarian. that was the day I was like, there you go. There go Lou. That's Lou. That's Lou with the goals right there. I ain't seen that Lou with the goals in a minute, but that's
Lou with the goals.
Yeah, Lou
bro. I seen him on deck. I told him, like, I seen him on deck one time when him and Animal Brown was having a moment. Yeah, bro. Like, I seen it in your eyes, bro. Like, you had that. This is like, forget that we on air. Like, like, it wasn't like y'all about to fight, but like y'all, like, it was for real getting heated, and he was doing that. Like, oh yeah, I guess. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like doing that thing
Yeah,
you was talking
He
about.
doing the Animal Brown
And
thing.
you're doing
Yeah,
that like, bro.
he's
it
perfected
was-
that. Like he love that. That's his go-to.
And he kills
He'll
it
piss
every
you off.
time. Like
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna argue with a person like that. I'm like, oh, he gonna get
He's a
me
professional.
banging in my head, boy. Like it's crazy. So yeah, I see your eyes at that. I say, oh, this nigga's serious right now.
Tough, man. Tough.
It would never go no further than that because
Yeah,
both of
I
those two
know.
people we talking about, them my brothers, man. But
Yeah.
they know how to, like, they know how to push me too. As far as just going, they can go a little bit too far because they got their own personalities as
Yeah.
well. But sometimes you just got to make people remember.
You gotta make people remember the goals.
That was a good day. That was a good day. It was like,
Man.
there it is. There it is.
That's
right
funny as hell right there. That's a good one right there, Jim. What you got for the holidays, brother? What you
there.
doing?
Man, I got nothing. My family know. Just let Jeff show up.
Yeah,
Jeff will
I'll be there.
contribute. Yeah, Jeff will contribute whatever you need him to do. He'll bring. He go to the stove for whoever need it. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want me in that kitchen.
We'll shake hands, kiss babies,
Man,
sit
that's
down,
it.
eat, and get out of there.
Yeah, he watch a little football. Man, be back at the crib, back in the group chat, chilling about 7. I'm good.
That sound pretty good.
Yeah,
About 7?
About 6:37, I plan to be chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Watching the Cowboys win. Right there.
yeah, y'all are on tomorrow. Yeah, whatever.
Absolutely.
Right, exactly. Go ahead. Yeah, all right. Got the cheat code.
Nah. What about y'all? What y'all got going on?
You got the greens on?
I still got the
Greens
leftovers
ain't
in
on?
there, bro. Like I can't
You're not
even.
eating leftovers for Thanksgiving, man. Put some new greens on, bro.
Man, them greens are still hidden. They from last weekend.
Hey, you got to throw them away, bro.
That ain't
Yeah,
Ain't
definitely
even
happening.
going. It's been
That
too long.
ain't definitely happening.
Throw them away.
Nah,
They better
bro.
be. They in the freezer,
Nah, they ain't in the freezer though.
bro.
But they,
listen, man.
but
Mo,
we've been
Mo,
frequenting
listen,
them.
Mo,
They-
you can't leave. You can't do that. You can't do that, bro. You're gonna be sick. 3 days is all you got, tops. Other than that,
Say,
freezer
where
to throw
you
it away.
get this? Where you get this from?
This is proven fact. Google that shit, nigga. It's proven
Good.
fact. 3 days because bacteria
Ooh.
just started setting.
Food that's good
Even if it's
for
cold.
you or food from the earth, you got about a 3 to 4 day window.
Yeah,
Three
you
day,
can't
4
do
day.
more than that, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I
Throw shit
toss
It
away.
might still be some good
They still
parts
banging
in
though,
there.
but
Yeah, that's what
I'll
I'm saying.
toss 'em.
They still may be good, but they ain't good for you no more.
Ah, well, hey, yeah, you may be
Pro
right on
tip:
that.
throw them in the freezer. After the second or third day, you can put your greens in the freezer and just reheat them.
Yeah, you can do that.
I do that all the time.
I do that. I've been getting better with that with the chili, but the chili be kind of rocking out for a bit. So but yeah.
Yeah.
That chili is definitely one of the ones I started to be like, all right, I'm probably done. I'm gonna throw them in there real quick.
I've been eating this for 5 days. Let me throw it.
Hey, I mean, look, but y'all
No,
know
I
how it
feel
is
you.
growing up black. You know
No,
what
I
I'm saying?
feel
It's
you.
like,
Yeah,
yo, we're
some
gonna stretch
spaghetti
that
in
out.
Some
Yeah.
spaghetti. And everybody mama would have told him
Nah,
this was spaghetti.
it's
in there.
definitely
Yeah,
spaghetti in there.
there's always some spaghetti, bro.
It's definitely some
It's
spaghetti.
always some
on,
spaghetti
man.
in there, nigga.
Yeah. You ain't gotta worry about being hungry because there's always some.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's a
Nah, some
spaghetti in there
spaghetti
for
in there.
real.
fact, boy.
100%. Big
So-
Jeff, bro, if you want to stay on, hang with us, man. See, we'll come up with some topics to talk about. You can. Or if you got to get out of here, brother, it's up to you.
Hey, like I said, I mean, if y'all have me, man, I'm here. I'm here for
Okay.
you know. I got a little bit to do a little later on, but I'm.
I know. I know this on the spot, Deb. Do you have a favorite
Oh yeah,
another
yeah.
week in the book moment? Off the top of
Ooh.
your head.
Yeah, that's exactly that man's a podcaster because that's exactly what I wanted to ask.
All right. So favorite now, because I can't do one. That's not fair.
Give us
That's
give
not.
us give us
I
a
give you a
couple.
few. I give you a few.
Okay.
All right, Dro. What's my man name that just left? That was his own.
Dro.
Not Dro.
Oh
But
no, Steven, Jimmy.
Jimmy's episode because it's recent and it was just because
Yeah.
it was so Nashville. You know what I'm saying? Like that was real Nashville. And that was Mo, because Mo, you hear a lot from us, but then like Jimmy is loose circle. He ain't really like I'm not. You know, me and him not really cool like that. I mean, not like he's a bad person. Just I don't know him like that.
Mhm.
But him being able to just be Nashville on here with you, Mo, and getting the interest in that was dope. The time y'all had the guy from the Sopranos show on
Rich.
with him,
Guy
that was
Rich,
dope.
yeah.
That was real dope.
Which one?
Rich
first
and Ray P. The first
The
one.
very first one. Okay.
The very first one. And then just off the top of my head, just because it was so new, the one I sent y'all a message about on Instagram about how you project and how you feel telling somebody you doing this and you feel like you should be further along in podcasting the way you are. Like I hit home. like Mo, I know Mo, again, Mo, you bright-eyed bushy tail, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it hit home. It hit home for me because like not to veer, but like on Full Sport on FSP, right? Like we don't do a lot of fluff, a lot of gimmicks. It's a lot of straightforward sports talk. So every accolade we reach, every set of listeners or downloads or views we reach is like, damn. Like it's like reaching the finish line and you just like take a deep breath. Like the first time we had 10,000 views, like, all right, finally. Then we go for the first time you have 1,000 downloads a week on the episode. You like, all right, let's keep going. First time you get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, because it's like, bro, like this shit is like we not taking no cheats. We're not taking no cheat code, and we aren't like doing the workarounds, or it just hasn't come as fast as it has for other people because we're talking about sports. Everybody think they know sports. You know what I'm saying? So it is. So that hit home, especially like last time I was on, Lou. You remember I was talking about how I was having this love hate relationship with corporate America.
Yeah.
Like I finally walked away from that shit.
Oh,
like so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, right. It is what it is. I don't know about congratulations, but it's rough. And so like hearing that's why it hit that being fully transparent. That morning was rough. I was sitting in the car at the gym, just like, hey, you do right, you save, you do everything, you got a support system, you do everything you want, but it's like I'm just sitting in the car about to go to the gym, like, man, hey nigga, this might not be the move. This might not be the move. You start like you cut back on everything you can. You try to be diligent, try to be a good steward of your money. You do your offering, your tithe, and more. I know you know what I'm talking about right there. You do everything you supposed to do. Shut up, Lou.
Shut up, Lou.
Gotta tell Lou. Don't even let Lou get going.
I know. I know. Like, trust me, I know. We have lasted this long for a reason.
Yeah. You know where he's gonna go with that.
Separate church and state.
But I hear what you're saying, Jeff. I got you.
Yeah. Then so you do everything like that. Then it's like some will go horribly wrong, but then one little thing will go right, and it's like, all right, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yep.
And then that hearing that more like, okay, I'm not in this by myself.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And there it is. So I appreciate y'all for that.
That's good stuff.
Yeah. Spike, I thank you
again. My cousin
again.
actually go to your church. My bad, Mo. My cousin go to Watson Grove. She was just telling me over the weekend, Joe. Y'all got a new young preacher over there.
You gotta love Watson Grove, man. You know what I mean? Pastor plays on.
Still go there. That's crazy.
Yeah. Everybody
Watson. My mom said she went last week. My mom said she pulled up to Watson Grove because she wanted to hear him speak. I guess he's making a name for himself.
Pastor Pacer, yeah, he good, man. He good guy. Good guy.
Well, shout out to him, man. I'll never be.
Shut up.
Like, shut up.
Shout out to him, though.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Mo, what was you going to say?
Nah, I was going to say, no, that is why I really wanted to press you on that episode to like just let me in, pause, just on where you're at. Because I know a lot of times it's very business. It's kind of your mood and kind of where you're at is involved around kind of the grind. So I wanted to really know Spike, Spike Lou off mic, on mic, where you were. And I'm so glad that moment was a moment you just went there. Because if you just kept it to yourself, like it wouldn't, now we see like Jeff is a witness to say like, bro, I needed to hear that. Yeah. Because you never know what people need to hear when they listen. Like I have no idea. That's why I try not to hold back like that. Cause it's like, you might say something so goofy or something weird, whatever it is to somebody else. And somebody else would be like, nah, bro, I heard exactly. Like my ears perked up when I heard that. So I thank you for really allowing yourself to go there. Cause that was one of the more in real time where you were. It wasn't like we were talking about back then. It was a real time moment that was captured. So I'm grateful for that, bro.
Absolutely. And that was the thought process behind building the space, man. Like we're gonna get on here and talk about, like you said, back in the day stuff, but primarily even when I approached you with the idea more and we fleshed it out, it was just having conversations. So when people do hear it, they comfortable enough to have the same conversations. Whether it be a voice note responding to us, or like Dro said, my cousin reached out, he listened, I listened. I see other black men talking like this. Why can't I? Like, why can't I have these conversations with the people that I fuck with? And I know for a lot of us, we didn't grow up like that, especially as little black boys. Like, it ain't a lot of people to talk to that you can get advice from, or that going through the same shit with you, that's open enough to give you real time experience. So yeah, that's what the show is all about. Like, even if we don't know the answer, I don't sit up here and try to act like me or Mo know the answers to everything we talk about, but at least we're comfortable enough. And that's a lot of credit to you, Mo, as Jeff said in the beginning. It's a lot of credit to you. This is a comfortable space where we can share that type of information.
That's what
and at least hear people talk about it. Exactly.
When you don't, because you don't know everything, and you don't come off like you're trying to portray everything, right? And that's just being vulnerable. Like another episode that just popped in my mind, and I don't remember exactly which one, but y'all were talking about having a therapist and going to therapy, right? Like I know it's kind of a subject because I've bounced around a few times, but just being open enough to share that. Like a lot of us go to the therapy, but they aren't really. Should I go? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like I had to go to grief counseling because you know what I'm saying for losing my grandparents or whatever. So, but a lot of people aren't comfortable sharing that. But when you hear that other men are going through it and are comfortable enough to do it, it makes it easy.
It's amazing. Like the people that I mentioned that to in the response, like once I got to a place where I was comfortable to say how I've been to therapy before, I was shocked. Like when I was talking about it to people, like, oh yeah, I went to therapy too, or I'm going because I heard you say, or how was it? I'm trying to find a black therapist. Like I know at least 8, 9 people, like direct contact that I talk to on a monthly basis. Like, yeah, nigga, I'm trying this shit. I'm hearing your progression, or I've been thinking about it, but now you're saying something. I know that you're doing it. Absolutely, I'm going. So getting it out there, absolutely. Just not being ashamed of like, nigga, I think one of the best things about this podcast and what I was realizing is we all go through similar shit, but we never really verbalize it. And having this space to verbalize it, where like you said, your ears perk up. You're like, damn, nigga, I was thinking about that 2 days ago. Yeah. It just so happened that these niggas was talking about it. That's what pull people in.
Yeah, that therapy shit is like, you feel that weight come off of you.
Yeah, it's almost a cheat code.
For real.
It's like Tony Soprano. Like you use it as like, okay, God damn it, I'm figuring this shit out.
Yeah, now reality could be whatever I want.
Yeah. Right, exactly. I can make the, you know what I'm saying, the rules and shit like that. So absolutely, man. It means a lot. Black men go have to talk, see a therapist, share with them, be truthful with them so they can help you the best, but don't ever be ashamed to say that's something you're doing.
And you know the reality too on the sidebar, Spike, is like some men that listen, they may not ever go to therapy. This might be as close as they're gonna get.
Yeah, that's cool.
They may come to this show and be like, this is my entry to just opening up my mind to some trauma or some things that I've been thinking about or been feeling for a long time. And I may not even be comfortable to, because a lot of times, bro, it's hard to say it out loud.
Yeah.
Like that is so underrated. It's like, bro, just saying it out loud. If this is my problem, or this is who I am, or this is what I'm into, or this is how I think. Sometimes just saying it out loud is a challenge in itself, bro.
And the power too. Loud. They'll tell you in therapy. Like you gotta hearing yourself say shit. That helps you think. Like, if it ain't just bouncing around. Once you get it outside of bouncing around in your head, you actually put it out there. Now you can't be a piece of shit. You got to follow up with it. You got to do the stuff that you saying that you're gonna do if you actually verbalize it, versus just being in your head and you feel like it's stuck there. Then you feel stuck.
Hey, that just made me think something real good. Not to cut you off. Like I remember my first session. Yeah, I shared something about like growing up with my strange relationship with my father and my mother to my therapist, and she like said, "Okay, I want you to do this. I want you to do that before my next session." And this gonna make Lou laugh. So I thought I could just like kind of slick talk my way out of doing it. Next session,
he was gonna big Jeff it. He gonna go in there and big Jeff it. With some edge hill.
She started asking me the question. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I did this. I did. She's like, but did you do? I said, well, I kind of just did that. She was like, you didn't do it. This. I said, nah, I didn't do none of this. It was too much. It was too much. It was too much. But then after that, that kind of broke a barrier between the both of us. and she laughed, but she was like, "Yeah." So now you realize this is how it's gonna be. I was like, "Yeah, you got me." So once we got through that, it was straight. But I was like, I definitely was trying to BS my way through it. That shit was rough.
If you wanted to help, you got to do the work.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can just
yeah.
go in there and you can sit through it and vent, and you ain't
Yeah.
really get your venting off. But if you wanted to help, you really got to like, I'm gonna take this shit serious. I'm gonna do the work, nigga.
Absolutely.
100%.
But you got a birthday coming up, don't you?
Yes,
Sunday,
sir.
Sunday, man.
What's up?
Now, how young you gonna be, man?
Oh, please you ask me that, Mo. No, I'm turning 41, man.
You still young.
Yeah.
No, you
Some-
still young. Like that's you
In
cooking.
some circles.
Yeah.
I mean, with the young people, would they say you were born in the 1900s, of course, but like,
Yeah.
in my circle, I'm looking at 41. It's like, nah, bro. Like, my mama said this, and I just believed it as soon as I heard it. She said, like, men get better with age.
Yeah, that's true.
Like she says, they get wiser.
Women do too. Some women do too, though.
Women do too,
Be
though.
honest with you,
I
yeah.
believe
Good-
women
good
do
different
too.
ways.
Good
In-
ones.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
different ways,
ways.
yeah. But she was
Facts.
like, I feel like men get wiser, mature, and they even look better. You
That's
know what I
true.
mean? You actually
You know how
find
to
your
take
look.
care of yourself.
and
As,
your-
as you grow as an
Yeah.
older man, you know how to take care of yourself more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. So that's
it's
dope,
just the hardest thing about turning this age is you thought it would be different.
bro. Mm-hmm.
Especially with the life, like as Dro was speaking to, like how we used to live coming up. You think it'll be one way because you think even if I make it to this age and I had to have done all of this spectacular shit,
Mhm.
if I'm gonna be 41, nigga, by that time I done did this, that, and the third, and this happened. But of course, that's pertaining to your old life. You don't really take into account because you're not mature enough to see that growth from that age to this age, and you know the downfalls, trials, tribulations that you go through. So I would say one of the most difficult, I guess I can use that word, but one of the things about when you turn this age, you're like, damn, I didn't think it would be this way. Not saying it's bad or it's good, it ain't what you thought it would be. And then you just adjusting to that in real time, I would say.
But that to me, I know a lot of people probably look at that as half empty, but I look at it kind of as half full because
Yeah,
that's an event. That's the adventure
not a
of
bad
it.
thing. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. If
'Cause I don't know
it
what's gonna
worked
happen
out,
next. Like,
exactly. If it worked out just like I planned or thought it would, who was to say that would be a good thing?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Who was
Yeah.
to say that?
yeah.
So
Big facts.
we working, man.
Man, hey, what's the plan though? I know we're gonna keep moving here, but like, what's the plan for the birthday? I know it ain't
I'm
crazy.
just spending with family. No,
Spending
I'm
with
just spending with family. I'm going to I'm flying out. I'm flying to New York Friday morning. I'll get there about 7. I'll meet my cousins, probably go get some breakfast somewhere in New York, do some tourist shit. And between Friday in New York, Saturday, Sunday, going to the Jay-Z exhibit, going to see the Book of Hove. My mom gonna go up, she'll be up there Friday night. So we're gonna go have dinner a couple of nights. Just like I told you when I go home, more like, hey, what's most important to me is spending time with
Boy.
family. Like it ain't a lot of these trips is gonna be left. So I enjoy being around my people. You get that at this age more so than when you were 20 or even 30. Like I just enjoy being around my mom because I don't live in the same state anymore. So as much time as I can spend with her and my cousins, my like immediate family, I'm just gonna go up there, eat, do some touristy shit, and just hang out. That's it. That's it, man. Ain't no bottle popping.
You
no
think you're gonna see
clubs, no
Rich?
nothing.
Is that still
I
on
hope
the
so.
table?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm on text.
If y'all do, bro, do
FaceTime you.
not get footage. I don't care what capacity. If y'all don't post it online,
You know how me and Rich is too. You're gonna be mad at us because you know we ain't even them type of brothers. Like,
bro.
let me ask you this: between me and Rich, which one of us you think gonna be holding the camera? Be like, I'm here with my boy Spike Lou. I'm here with my boy Rich. Which one of us you think gonna be there? Answer honestly. Which one of us you think gonna do
I
that?
think it'd be Rich. I think Rich would be like a little bit more like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Then he'll be like, you know what? All right, man. All right. Like, let's just do it. Like, you know, I know y'all both equally would be like, nah. Like, that's why I would be in the mix. Like, man, y'all quit acting like, quit trying to be
That's
so
the
cool,
energy.
bro. Let's do it.
That's the
And
energy.
I hate taking
Big
pictures.
Jeff's talking about. That's the energy Big Jeff's talking about. You bring that.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of friends that do that, or even that are comfortable enough with me doing that.
Yeah.
Niggas be like, man, Lou said, nah, he ain't doing it. Like they got the experience of knowing me. Like,
yeah,
right,
okay. So yeah.
Good luck trying to change this nigga, man.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Yeah.
it got to the point now, Mo. Anytime
Oh.
Lou, most time we disagree, I just say, Lou, let's just agree to disagree on this and move on. 'Cause at this point, there's nothing you're gonna say to change my mind.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I'm gonna say to change your mind.
So you see a mile away, all right. This I see, all
Big
right.
Jeff will pull out real quick. Pause. Big Jeff will be out
it's
of there.
over with. I don't even.
Yeah.
I don't even get
Okay, you got it. Some days he'll be feeling froggy. He'll just bring it to the table. Like, let me see what these niggas gonna say. Let me see what this nigga gonna say. Other days, Big Jeff be no, it's cool. Yeah, you got it.
Nah, it get too much because it's like I know you and I could have Lou and I could have a conversation about something, and it could be multifaceted.
Yeah.
There's some people more in that group chat. It's like they'll chime in,
Yeah.
and it'll be like,
They gonna take it left.
Oh no, I don't have the mental capacity for this. Not this early in the morning, and then you playing, and me and Lou really having a knockdown, drag out debate, and here you go with the bullshit,
or just the outrageous shit. But it go back to one of the things we talked about. I listened back to the episode as you suggested, Mo. You know, I usually don't.
You
do
listened to
that.
the whole thing, or you just went like towards the end?
I
Like
went to the end. What you told me to. I listened to the whole thing. But that when you talk about, and one thing, this is why I'm such a fan of Big Jeff. Like, we have conversations in good faith.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to just be a certain way, or I'm not just trying to push his buttons. I genuinely have this perspective, and you genuinely have another perspective. We ain't even got to agree, but I am interested and appreciative enough of your knowledge just to hear, okay, well, how are you getting there?
Yeah.
Like, what's getting you to that point? Like, me and Big Jeff can have that conversation, but most other people ain't, they ain't doing it in good faith.
Yeah.
So that's why we would have the issue there. But yeah, having conversations with people in good faith goes a long way because you get less agitated. You know, like, I'm not, and that's what the contrarian thing with Jay came, well, excuse me, with Jeff was saying earlier, his name slip, who said it. But that's where the contrarian thing came in when Big Jeff was talking about earlier. Like, I'm not operating in the sense of just trying to prove a point to you. Nigga, who are you? Who the fuck are you for me to just want to prove a point to? This is how I feel about it. What are you talking about? And
okay, I figured that's where you were going as far as like, because I know like being a contrarian is almost like doing it just because, just for the sake of.
Like, who the fuck am I? I got time to waste. So let me present this idea. I don't
because
really
I got
agree
something to prove.
Like, nigga, shut up. Like, I'm doing it.
I know Rich gonna like that one right there. He gonna be like, "Oh, that's totally me right there." I know Rich is about like, that's me right there.
And he's right though. Like, I genuinely, because sometimes I'll just ask Lou a question because we as much as we can laugh and joke and carry on, like as my elders would say, we don't agree on a lot. Like, we don't agree. Like, our views are different on a lot of things. Politics,
church,
obviously views on religion.
Right.
Music. He despises East Coast rap music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can appreciate. I'm
really glad that narrative is catching steam. Almost all my platforms now, people understand it about me. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm working on some content now to piss people off even more about East Coast music.
I might be now. That might be where me and you we common ground, damn near.
Yeah, you
East Coast.
Yeah.
Now Mo.
But if you paid attention to Mo really don't like shit though. He don't. Like, if you really paying attention to Mo,
that's
really
how
I've
created that now.
Oh yeah, that's the narrative you putting out there. Like, Mo, anything that Mo is really like. I came in here, Big Jeff. I thought Mo watch power. I thought, Mo we finna relate on this, Mo.
Nah, he
don't really fuck with that.
Not book two. Like I said, not book two.
Mo don't strike me as too much of a TV watching gentleman though.
He don't strike me.
Really? What I strike you as, like a book reader or what? Like what?
A book reader.
Music.
Music, okay.
Music, not necessarily book readers. I think we all, as we get older, appreciate a good book more than we used to. Like myself, I know I've always appreciated reading because I used to have a speech impediment, and like my second grade teacher used to make me read. And I remember to this day, Miss Moss. The only teacher I remember from that time frame. But Miss Moss used to make me read out loud to get over the stuttering problem. So. And I still, that's why I read so much now, because it helps, with cadences and stuff like that to work through it. But so I think with you, Mo, to me, now I don't know, I can't speak to you personally, but from what you give off is like you more of a music guy, and of course a good TV. Who don't like a good TV show, right? But you're not a I'm at home on a Thursday, let me find something to watch type of guy. Like, you ain't gotta watch everything. That's me too.
I can see that. I can see. That's probably an interesting question. Like, if we do something like this again, it's like, how do y'all think we come off? You know what I mean? Because I'm very interested in that. I'm actually a really, really heavy TV person.
Really?
But what I am not is a keep up with current, like, oh, this came out, man, I gotta go check this out. Oh, this came out, I gotta go check. I'm not that person though, because everything is kind of like murder mystery now, and it's based in reality. So I'm kind of like, I'm not really. I attach that with like kind of mainstream rap now, where it's like this is homicidal music. You know what I mean? So it's like I can't really get into that. I say, y'all, this can't be good for us to keep processing. We're seeing the graphics are so good. We're seeing real murder in television shows, eyes popping out, blood squirt. Like, they're getting crazy with the graphics. You think they really died. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this can't be good.
Yeah, that's right. No, I feel you. A lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. I don't.
Mo really not a music guy either though. Mo don't even listen to new music.
Bro, that's y'all don't understand, bro. When I was rapping, bro, I for like 3 years straight, I was on everything came out. I listened to every album. I don't care what it was. I was on it. I worked a desk job. And so I was on everything. And then I just one day got burned out. And then that's how I came across, what is this little purple application? And when I came across that purple application, it ended up being podcast. And that was like the beginning of less music consumption. And
is that your favorite go-to medium now to like get away podcast?
Yeah, absolutely. When I'm at work, I mix it up sometime. I might come in, throw, like, I've really been rocking with Goody Mob here lately. Just that first album, like, which I listened to years ago. I could not get into. I'm like, what is this? Now I'm a little older and I listen to. I'm like, oh man, these niggas really, they was going through it. They talking about some stuff I can, but you got different seasons for, but it's definitely podcast. Like, that's number one.
Podcast and TV probably tied for me. I get to work from home sometimes. So I watch a lot, like just old TV.
If I work from home, it'd be different. I would, when I did do it during the pandemic, it was definitely TV.
Me and Big Jeff been texting with the last 2 weeks about The Wire season 3.
Yeah, I'm rewatching The Wire.
Yeah. And we're gonna get a pie from you, y'all three, him,
Jeff
and Rich.
I told Jeff be ready.
Yeah.
Jeff talking about me and him don't agree on a lot. The Wire is one of those things. Like, we both respect it as one of the best TV shows, but just our perspectives on it are completely different.
Man, I gotta hear Jeff's perspective on that.
Man.
Me and Jeff might be on the same page because I'm not a big fan of The Wire.
Jeff is a big fan. Jeff is a big fan. I'm just talking about our perspective on the characters.
Yeah,
and how stuff played out.
Lou don't got grace for nobody, right?
But here's the thing: the people he have grace for, I'm like, bro, these are some of the most forgettable.
Bro, that'd be my problem,
like,
bro.
what the hell,
when
man?
we first met, that was, oh my gosh, man.
Like, bro,
Ziggy Sabaka, baby.
That is a forgettable character, dude.
Ziggy, that's my nigga. Ziggy's a legend.
Ziggy was a waste of space, bro. That was a waste of space. Like, that was a whole season to this. Man. That was so rough watching them 10 episodes of that season. Like, bro, I'm like,
stop it, bro. That whole season, it starts slow, but man, from like episode 5 until the end, them last 3 episodes of season 2 are some of the best episodes of The Wire, bro.
Here's the thing, it's good if you take it out of context, but you put it in the storyline of The Wire, they get in. That's fair, because you don't.
That's fair because you don't really know why they. That's fair. You don't. But you had to you had to get a start. It gave a great idea. Like that as a standalone season is better. I agree with you than it is in the storyline of The Wire. But standalone, it's fine.
Yeah, like because there aren't many characters introduced in season 2 other than Marlo. No, take it back, not Marlo, but
Marlo wasn't even in season 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got more Prop Joe. You got
Prop Joe. That's what I'm thinking. Not Marlo.
You got Prop Joe.
Yeah.
You got the Greek. Of course, it was heavy on Stringer.
The characters that were introduced then didn't really you know what I'm saying? They didn't really hang around. Like, so it was more of a wasted season to me. And then you got the legend in season 3 come around and the introduction to Marlo. And then we roll it at that point. You know what I'm saying? We had the best stuff on TV at that point. But that's another day.
Yeah. We definitely don't have something.
I mean, that is the only way I'll go back and watch is if y'all do a podcast, I'll go back and watch The Wire.
We gonna figure it out.
So you've watched it? You just
I've watched it. I watched the whole. Yeah.
You don't hold it in high regard.
What's your second favorite after Sopranos? Well,
my second favorite, or what I feel like is the second best.
Oh, that's a good question.
However you want to answer.
The second best, it's hard. I hold Thrones really high, but that last season is like
Game of Thrones would be top 3 if it weren't for that last.
That's what
season.
makes it
and
so
it wasn't
hard.
even. It wasn't even just the last season. It was really just the last 3 episodes. The last 3 episodes were
really
like
though.
a whole
You're
different
really
TV
right
show.
though.
That shit was fucking garbage. It was hard to believe as someone who watched that for 8 seasons that those last 3 episodes are how they ended it. That
Bro,
shit
it's
was
8 seasons of that shit?
trash.
I probably gotta go
for
Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Hey,
I gotta go Thrones because even if his last 3 episodes last season, that 7 seasons straight, and like the cinematography of it, like, man, bro, just the Battle of the Bastards alone,
bro, it was.
What are we talking about?
It was some Game of Thrones episodes. Jeff will feel me more than you will be on this more. It was some Game of Thrones episodes that came off like playoff games.
Bro,
that's how hype you was Sunday night. Like,
nigga, yeah.
When they did that, the second episode, the third episode of the last season, when they had the battle with the Night King and shit, bro, I was so hyped for that shit, nigga. It was like Cowboys playing the playoffs.
That's a fact, bro.
I'm talking about whole episode. I'm like, nigga, on the edge of my seat and shit. I'm like, man, they cooking with this shit, boy.
Yeah, man, that was a good time.
It ain't no show that got the highs of Game of Thrones.
That's
it may not have the consistency, but when you talking about prime time episodes, nigga, Game of Thrones got some bad motherfuckers.
That Red Wedding, bro.
I got some pushback.
Close the door.
Walking Dead at its best.
See, but it's hard. They dropped the ball too many times.
Oh, they dropped the ball.
They got 5 good seasons, and then after that, it goes.
It jumped the shot.
Oh my season 4. I can't believe how far it fell off, bro. And I stayed with them.
Those first 3 seasons, those first 3 or 4 seasons were good. Yeah, all right.
It jumped the shark, but when it was rolling, when it was
rolling, yeah, boy. Like when Everybody Hates Chris. When he had, they caught him in the little mall door. He's like, go, and they start tearing his face off. I'm like, oh,
that's it,
bro. This show, or when they did the deal when they traded the sister off, and then they still capped her off. I'm like, bro, them early joints, they was on. Yeah, but they've dropped so far in contention of that conversation. But it'd probably be Thrones 2 and probably Breaking Bad 3.
Want to hear some crazy moment before I get up out of here?
What you got, Jeff?
I've never seen Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones.
What are you willing to watch first?
I'm on season 1, episode 4 of Thrones right now.
You'd be better off watching Breaking Bad, to be honest with you.
Thrones, it depends on how your
Breaking Bad is right there with Thrones, though. When you're talking about, like, now that you say that, Breaking Bad, when the first time through, that any rewatches for Breaking Bad, it ain't gonna be as good because
I never went back. See, I never went back. I
rewatched it and I was just irritated. I was like, this bitch ass nigga, like Walter White is a bitch ass.
See, I never
nigga.
went back, so it still holds that high.
When you go back and watch it, boy, while you gonna be like, this nigga so big. But yeah, you would enjoy Breaking Bad going through for the first time because it ain't as in depth. Like you can just enjoy it.
It's raw too. It's so raw.
Game of Thrones is a lot of moving parts to keep up with. That's why most people don't like it. I know me and AB talk about it. He hated, and I'm like, bro, if you lock in, like by episode, I promise you, for Game of Thrones, though, Big Jeff, it take 9 episodes, but by that 9th episode, 9th episode, you're like, okay, I see.
It take a while. It's a lot of.
I'm locked in. I tried to watch the first episode 3 times. Once I got to that first episode, because I just like, man, it's a lot. It's incest. It's a lot going on.
It's a lot, yeah.
It's old times. I don't even know where they are. Are they on Earth? Like, where is this place?
It was a lot.
Like, how long ago was this?
Yeah. So once I got through that, though, I was like, okay, episode 2, episode 3. And I hear my dog D Harris was like, because he loved Game of Thrones. I was telling him he was tripping for that. I told him I take back every negative thing I said about the show. I'm locked in now.
Yeah, they ready, man. Tell me.
So I'm gonna check back in with you.
Yeah. Hit me. I should be done with season 1 sometime this week. You know, holidays, everything.
I'm gonna say this on air so we make it happen. Big Jeff has a merch idea for us too. You know, Big Jeff designed, so we already have to do a collaboration.
Oh yeah, I think I got something. Yeah,
we can make that a collaboration, Big Jeff. Just tell us what we need to do.
I'll talk to you about it. Probably
KOS. Another Week in the Books collaboration. Y'all would look for it. It's coming soon.
Gotcha. Matter of fact, I'll shoot y'all a text when I get wrapped up here with the call I got in a second. Just see what y'all think. I got an idea. I don't want to put it on the show because it's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, man, y'all, I know I took up enough of y'all time, man. Appreciate y'all for having me on. Can't wait to watch this and listen to it tomorrow, man. Y'all boys keep it up, man. Thank Mo again as always. Thank you for everything you do for the show. Bringing the best out of Lou. Lou, thank you for being vulnerable. Thank y'all for what y'all doing for me and black men, more than anything, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
Thank you,
Tell
Jay.
those guys over at Full Sport Press, I said hello.
My dog. All right.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. How does it
Man.
feel? How does it feel to get this type of feedback, Mo? Like from where we started, because I don't know if we've told. Have we told the story how it started? Like this was supposed to be a Sopranos podcast. That was this was never a thought, right?
This not my pro. When I
This
came
was
to
never,
you, this wasn't even.
This was never a thought.
This is your idea.
Yeah.
This is your idea, bro.
I had been wanting to do this. I wanted a place where we could talk like this, and my motivation for it was like Joe Rogan. And what I say by that, because for those that listen to Joe Rogan podcast, it's not like formulaic. It's not. It's just, oh, I'm sitting right here and I'm having a conversation with somebody who's an expert in something. So in part, it was partly that because I didn't want it to be like scripted and we talking about the same stuff that other people talk about. But also part of it was the energy, as Big Jeff said, that you brought to the table. You have such an inquisitive nature about yourself, not a threatening inquisitive. A lot of niggas can ask questions and it come off offensive. You're like, nigga, what the fuck you mean? Like, why you even asking?
Like you're leading me towards something.
Yeah, like you trying to prove a point because you think a certain way. But I really want to commend you. You ask from a place of natural curiosity. And that makes it easier for someone like me to be like, nah, that's not what I mean. Well, yeah, you see what I'm talking about. Or even to be able to be vulnerable, like you said in the moment when you say, well, how do you feel about work? What you're talking about, how I felt about having a job and podcasting or whatever it may be. It's you and that energy that you bring with it's not threatening. It's not threatening in a sense of, well, let me catch this nigga up in something he's trying to say. Like you have a genuine sense of, I want to learn, or I want you to know that perspective that you have may not be right with a nigga like me. Like I may be different from you, and that's okay, but I still want to know more about it. So big props to you, brother.
Big props to you too, taking a chance on a stranger. Like to say, hey, it's not only like, okay, we could do Sopranos. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we could do a Sopranos pie, but you taking a chance of, and I'd imagine me and you both probably in agreement when we say we had no idea the impact this was gonna have. Like I
shocked, bro.
I thought, I'm shocked, and I'm about to get these voice messages going, but I'm shocked at the fact that, because coming in, I'm thinking, okay, we got to provide resolution, but I realized the gold is in the conversation. It ain't the resolution.
It ain't even saying y'all should go do this, because that makes you come off as pretentious.
Yeah,
that makes you come off as these niggas think they know. Nah.
Exactly.
When people hear this and see like, oh, I'm in the same position as you, my nigga. I'm trying to figure it out. It just so happened I got a dope partner that I can talk to stuff like this about, and we can let y'all hear it, and y'all can go talk to y'all homies and partners about it, and then we get to grow what we know of ourselves as Black men, which is the goal of this. Like my whole focus when I talk to you about it, like you said, giving a shout on the stranger, my whole thing was Black men can have better conversations. That's it. Like we can have better conversations. We're equipped for it. We may not know how to do it. We may not know where to start, but if we do another week in the books and we do what we know, which is a big thought process of having D'Anthony on here early, having Animal Brown, somebody that I was familiar with on here early, where we could be like, nah, these are conversations that we can have. And it ain't got to be knocked down, drag it out. We disagree. I ain't never talking to you again, or I don't talk to you for 3 weeks. Okay, you have this opinion, I have that opinion, and we can move forward. But at least we have a productive conversation from it, man. That's the most satisfying thing from this for me.
Okay. I want to ask you about some of your favorite moments, but would you like to get into the voice notes first?
You do it. You produce it. You tell me.
All right. I tell you what, we'll get in our voice notes and we'll be the concluding statement of what we feel. Okay. So I may be pulling some from Instagram because I know how we said on the last week. So I'm going to go by whatever the Instagram name is. So it is what it is. So this is from, now I want to let y'all know, we have not listened to not one.
Oh, you ain't listened to him either?
No.
Oh, I thought you listened to him. How many of them in there?
Bro, we definitely got over 10.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
That's why I was so excited. I was like, I've been looking forward to this all day, bro. So I haven't heard this. So for those that I reached out to, and I want to say too, I thank everybody for sending the voice notes, and I realize how much it really resonates for people when you reach to them personally. Like we're talking on the pod and they listen, but when you actually DM people, people are like, oh yeah, no problem. So I realized I learned something through this process. That direct to consumer is real, bro. And me and you, we gonna grow and figure out how to get comfortable in that uncomfortable space. So
we're gonna go on a tour, live tour of bookstores around America.
Yeah,
black-owned bookstores.
That would be tight.
We'll
That
find some
would be so
black-owned bookstores
tight.
and do the shows from there. Get people
Come on,
in the
speak
city
it,
come
bro.
to the black-owned bookstores. So we're gonna do that.
Speak that, bro.
Peace and abundance. Peace and abundance. I just want to leave a quick voice note. It's your boy Brent Hill, by the way. I just want to say thank you for creating this platform, first and foremost. It's important, it's impactful, and it's right on time. And it's something that's going to be needed for years to come. To me, it's like Tuesday night men's fellowship down at the church, the barber shop, the common area of the HBCU dorm, all rolled into one. And as the podcast, the show grows in popularity, I want you guys to always stay true to yourselves, because that's why I keep showing up to listen every Friday. And I'm sure that's why everybody else that listens keeps showing up every Friday, because y'all staying true to yourselves. And, you know what I'm saying, the platform that y'all created is so important. So thank you again. Keep up the good work. Y'all always got my support, man. Peace.
That was from Brent Tell.
Thank you, Brent.
He
Brent
also,
listens.
before, I'm sorry, I don't want to miss this part, but before the, also after, he said, he didn't get to say this in the message, but he said, I forgot to speak about the moment that impacted me the most on the pod. He said, I will have to say, Mo being self-aware and man enough to say, hey, I'm overwhelmed and I need to take time to recharge. I am still working on taking time to recharge before I break down myself. So that was major to see. Also, how Spike spoke about it the next week on the pod really put things in perspective for me. Seeing the group band together to hold Mo down during his break was a beautiful thing to watch play out. Good job. Keep going.
Thank you, Brent. Thank you.
That's powerful. Like he take it from the church to the dorms to the men convert barbershop. That's to have all that right here, bro, between just two brothers like having a conversation.
That are open enough to have a conversation.
Wow. You
Real
really
enough to have conversations to be like, well, it's not just podcast.
Yeah.
Like it's genuinely like, okay, like Rich say, like this, as Rich, when he says it's his favorite podcast, it always means a lot to me, because like you said, me and you don't go into this like, oh, let's make a good podcast. We go into this like, let's have a good conversation. And the fact that it is a good podcast means so much more.
Yeah. I will be transparent here. When I seen him send the email after the voicemail, what I just read.
Yeah.
I read that at work, and bro, I was close to tears, dude. I ain't gonna even lie. When he was just like, when Mo said he needed that break and how they held him down, I was like, oh my, because I remember that feeling, bro. He caught me off guard, bro. I was like, all right, man, chill out. Chill out, bro. Like I told y'all now, I will cry. So don't play with me like that. All right. I don't know what happened with the other one. We'll see, and maybe it's an IG thing. We'll see. I'm gonna work it out.
What was it saying?
The other one, I don't know. I just pressed play and nothing was happening for some reason. So I don't know if it was the message, but we'll see. But I'm gonna deal with another email. We getting this from our man CJ Williams. Animal Brown. Man, I'm a big fan of his. So this is from Animal Brown.
I can't wait to hear this.
Another week in the books. What's good? It's your man AB tapping in. Guys, I appreciate y'all having me on the show earlier this year, man. Had a blast. Got to tell a little bit of my story, man, which was super dope. You don't get to do that every day. I appreciate y'all for listening. And I also appreciate y'all for what y'all doing, having these real conversations that's needed out here. It's what the game been missing, man. So please keep up the good work. Man, y'all both enjoy y'all holiday. Lou, enjoy your birthday. Safe travels. Eat good. All that good stuff. Go Packers. You know, all that good stuff. You already knew that, though. Maurice, again, appreciate your contributions to everything. Y'all keep it up, man.
AB always gonna be AB, man. I appreciate that,
Yeah,
bro.
man. Animal Brown, man. I'm a huge fan of y'all both. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, that was a dream of mine. Like, I always talk about, like, I got to have an on deck interview, bro. That was huge for me, bro. Like, having both y'all on, y'all don't understand. Y'all just don't understand, bro. Like, I'm still in like Rich B when he be like, bro, I can't believe in moments like I be like when that moment happened. And moment of transparency, I was lit. I was lit in a mug, bro. Because I didn't know how to handle it. I was like, but man, and y'all go back and listen, y'all start to know it's like, oh yeah, I can see that. But nonetheless, man, I'm so grateful that he took the time to do this because I hold y'all in high regard. And y'all did an excellent job. Him being vulnerable about his family and y'all moved to Atlanta. That was just fire, bro. When y'all grow and when y'all get picked up, that is going to be the episode people are going to go back to get that on deck origin. You know what I'm saying? So that was huge for me, and I'm so grateful that we were able to have Animal Brown. So man, shouts out to him and his contribution along with you, bro.
Yes, absolutely, man. That's my brother, and I love him, man. We've been doing it for 13 years, damn near, I think, coming up, man. So absolutely. Everything that you said. Appreciate you. Animal Brown usually like the type to do the sentimental shit at all.
Yeah.
So I know you reached out to him.
Yeah, I did. I sure did, boy.
But I'm glad that he responded and didn't brush it off, man. It means a lot.
It do. I guess this is Van Everett. So I'm not familiar with everybody that sent these, but nonetheless, they got the message. He in the email, he says, love the conversation. Keep doing what you're doing. And here's what he said.
What up? This is Van. I just want to let y'all brothers know how much I appreciate another week in the books. It's really important to be able to hear Black men talk about their experiences in an emotionally open way and thoughtfully. And that's the thing I really appreciate is that you guys are doing it thoughtfully. I hope you continue to do what you're doing. The Weight You Carry, parts 1 and 2 so far have been 2 of my favorite episodes. Hopefully I can get an opportunity to come and speak with you guys one day. I know when you talk a lot about manhood, as a brother that's a little bit older than both of you, hear a lot that sounds like masculine gatekeeping, so to speak. And I don't mean that in a negative way necessarily, but I just know it's something that happens a lot with us as Black men when we talk about manhood and and the way that we gatekeep around it. But whatever the case, I love what you guys are doing. Keep doing what you're doing, and I hope this conversation continues to expand. Peace.
Wow.
I want to talk to that, brother.
Yeah, if anybody have a preacher voice,
that nigga definitely
got the
at the very least he's a deacon.
You know what I mean? It's like definitely got to let the church say amen, amen one more time. Like he has that
strong,
very
deep, powerful voice.
Yeah.
But I'd love to talk to him. I want to know what he means by that, by masculine gatekeeping and having a perspective being older than us. So we may send Van, be on the lookout, man. We want to send you some stuff, but you hop on for a couple minutes at some point in the future, man. Because I want to know what he means by that.
Yeah, that was really good. The Weight You Carry. I can't.
Yeah, what was it? You remember?
I would have to go onto our feed and look at what I put in the description. So I don't remember at the moment, but it definitely was an episode we was cooking on because I think the second episode might have been with Jimmy. That might have been like one of the recent ones. I think because I think the second one was part 2. And it was
this was October 27th. Yeah. So it says what would you say you need to see
like what's in the description?
It ain't really. This week Spike Lee opens up about something personal. And the theme of this episode is the responsibility of your platform. Oh, this must have been what I was talking about.
Yeah, that's what it is.
What Jeff was talking about. Yeah.
See, bro, that was a moment right there, bro. Like we talk about the father-in-law moment. I feel like that was a moment that right there for you. That was a moment that'll always be remembered. We'll talk about the part 1 and 2 of the homework, and then those are certain moments that I feel like I can remember even if I don't know the name of the episode.
That's true. So many people reached out to me about that too. Like
What
people did
of
reach out to
of
me.
what
The
which one?
weight you carried, like just
Oh
like
yeah.
what you're talking about, like me talking about being embarrassed about having a conversation and shit like that. Yeah, plenty of people did reach out to me about that. So that makes sense. This is good, man. What we got next?
Yes.
I
So
gotta
this
edit all
next
that
one,
out.
yeah, got to. Yeah.
All right.
Next one is from a gentleman named Sarone 81. Just a back context. He hit us up on Saturday and he was like, what up, Mo and Spike? My name is Mo. He's from Montgomery, Alabama, and he said he's recently introduced to Another Week in the Books. He said he's loved the conversations and the topics y'all bring to the platform and the different point of views of each topic from one to another. We need more of this amongst Black men on a daily, and I'm definitely plugged in every week now. Keep doing what y'all do. And he was gracious enough to send us a voice note, being a new listener. And here it is.
What up, Spike? What up, Mo? This is Mo from Montgomery, man. Recently introduced to the show. And like I was saying in the comment box, I ran back all you guys' previous episodes. So now I'm really plugged in, digging what you guys are talking about, digging the content. It was passed to me from a real good friend of mine. So him and we turn around and discuss what you guys are discussing and whatever the topics that you guys touch on, because we can do this with an endless amount of time and y'all only do it for an hour. But digging what y'all do, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Y'all stay blessed.
Oh, man.
I love it, man.
I'm so grateful.
That you don't even. I went from a place where when we started this, AB and I, a long time ago, all of this stuff would be from people we knew. Like
right.
We would be finessing it, reaching out to our homeboys, like, hey man, leave something for the show. And it feels amazing, man. Like people that you never met, you don't know, to have no stake in the game other than, hey man, you helped me out each week. So if you want a voice note, I'm gonna send it to you. And hearing somebody like this you've never met in your life and being like, now me and my homeboy listening, we talk about it. That's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
My dad at Montgomery. I'm gonna have him with my dad on the show. I'm gonna have him introduce him to dude.
Okay. Yeah, no doubt. Thank you, Mo from Alabama, man. This is that's heavy stuff, man. I think it's huge when people run it back. We having a whole different conversation. When somebody say, I gotta go back to the old discography. To me, that holds so much weight. It's very heartfelt. And
that's the great thing about this. I was thinking, like, man, this is like a for real book, bro.
Yeah.
Like you can listen to or read a chapter and it may be okay and stand out, but to get the full context, you want to read the whole novel. There's characters in this book with you, me, Dro. We talk about Dro's dad, your stepdad. Like, there are characters in the book, there are situations in the book, and nothing is more impactful to people than a great novel, like something that you can just get engulfed in. And that's what we're building here.
Yeah.
One of the great novels. What we got next?
Okay. Vince is hitting me up now. We got the on the in the DM.
Oh,
so we got
pause for a minute and tell them what you need to.
Oh, no, that's why I was texting while I was doing this. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to multitask. I'm trying to really get my live producer bag going. Give me a radio job out here, cuz.
What your boy say? We need to hire some help.
We definitely need some help. Like, this is a lot for what
your boy Drake hire some help.
Bro, hire some, yeah. But this is from the lovely Ray P. Also gracious enough. One of my favorite episodes, but we'll get into that. She was gracious enough to send us a voice note, and here's what she had to say.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your girl Ray P from the We Got Y'all podcast and the Culture Garden. I just wanted to quickly shout out Spike, Lou, and Mo for Another Week in the Books. I love the show. It's so refreshing to hear Black men especially talking, and it's not talking primarily about themselves, about in the Black male experience, not bashing women, just a real life intrinsic view and real life conversations with other fellas, and not to mention my own episode. I want to thank you guys for allowing me the opportunity to come and run my mouth with y'all. It was a really engaging conversation and I think fruitful, and I'm looking forward to more from y'all, more collaborations, and just more. That's the new word for 2024. 2020 more.
No,
Y'all
that's
feel
right,
me?
Ray P.
Thanks, y'all. Bye.
Bars.
No, that's right.
2020 more. Let's go, Ray.
That's the motivation for Ray. Look at Ray P, man.
Ray
Got the
P is
motivation,
my
man.
code, man.
I need a shirt. I need a shirt that just say more.
Yeah,
Just
that's
more.
it.
I seen a nigga with the shirt that you said though. Somebody done stole it out there already.
What?
Faith dealer, hope dealer, hope dealer.
Oh, the business, the
Yeah, I
hope
seen somebody
business.
with a. Oh, you said hope business.
Yeah,
There's a brand that got the hope dealer t-shirts too. Somebody got
that's
those.
still fire
Hope
though.
Dealer.
Hope Dealer's pretty
It is.
good too.
Shout out to Ray P, man. That was dope. Yeah, more.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's that
the
Kobe
word.
commercial, right? More.
Yes, absolutely. Good
Yeah,
job,
rest-
Ray P.
Thank
Black
you,
woman
Ray.
always get it out of there. When she'll
Man,
get you there.
come on, Ray.
Shout out to Ray P, man.
I am a huge fan of you. Thank you, Rich, for making that happen and making her feel comfortable to come on the show. Ray, we appreciate you. Thank you for supporting, and she reshares our posts and episodes, and I'm grateful, and I'm glad that it is refreshing, even from a Black woman listening. Like, hey, I'm glad to hear Black men having these conversations where we ain't downing women, we ain't talk about what's the latest or whatever, in a negative way, but we're really just working through things in real time. So thank you, Ray. That was beautiful. Dro has been on here. He sent something though. All right.
Still want to hear it.
Yeah.
Say, yeah, man, I enjoy telling people that I know the host of this dope ass self-help podcast, man, and I just enjoy the perspectives week in, week out. Like, I look forward to it, man. Mo, you do a hell of a job recording and then turning around and editing and making sure it's out the next day, man. Like, I commend you for that, because I know it takes a lot of work and commitment, man. And then, like, bringing that side out of Lou and just the vulnerability of the whole show, it's nice, man. It's nice.
Hey, the man Dro, the man, the myth. We had him on earlier today, man, which was
one of my favorite people in the world.
Yeah, man. One of my favorite listeners, by far, supporters. Man, he's definitely in this book club, man, for sure. I'm trying to see who else do I have.
What happened to that first one from Brent? Did you play that one? Well, you never got that one.
Yeah, I played the Brent one. That was he sent it in the email, and then I read what he had said after that. It was Ninja Life. That was the first
Ninja Life. That's what I'm here.
Okay. It's a little short, but let's see what he had to say.
Yo, keep this going. I'm tapped in. I appreciate this.
Hey, look.
I tell you what, I tell you, I bet I know where he from is Nashville.
Oh,
we say Ninja Life 615? Or just Ninja Life?
615.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, that's some Nashville nigga right there.
So you don't know this guy at all? You just know he from Nashville?
I think so. I think I do know him, actually. I'm surprised he listens, though. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm surprised that he listens to this. But not in a bad way or anything negative. But yeah, I appreciate him taking a couple minutes and being like, hey, I'm gonna send this over. And so that I do listen.
Okay. I got a few more. I got to go into the text message bag. Okay. So let me switch it up here real quick. I don't know if Vince is gonna be able to get his in before, but if not, then we still grateful for you coming on the show, brother. How's this feel though, Spike? How you
I wanted
feeling,
to get to
man?
that at the end. That was a
save it
question
at the
I was
end?
going to ask you. Yeah, let's run through them because I definitely think that's a
because we got
a way to take the show out.
All right, so we're gonna go with, of course, friend of the show and brother in the business. He definitely got it off, and we're gonna go with Rich. Oh. Actually, we'll save Rich for last because he's that's our guy. We're gonna go with Dan. He sent something in. My brother.
The white
Ooh,
man
Mo, what up?
representative.
It's Daniel. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Yo, I remember the first time I cut on Another Week in the Books, and I'm just like, yo, these organized noise instrumentals behind this conversation, and like, yo, who's this dude asking Lou these like low-key invasive but amazing questions that like Lou needs to be asked? And honestly, man, I would just say, Noah Lou over a decade. This is, and listening to On Deck the majority of that time that I've known him, this is the podcast that I always knew Lou could and would make. And obviously, Mo, you and I connected on a really deep level when we first spoke. And it's been a pleasure to be a fan as well as partake with y'all in a few conversations, and I look forward to doing more. So yeah, man, happy Thanksgiving. I love y'all and be safe. And yeah, man, I can't wait to just continue down this path and see what happens.
Dan, man. Good brother Dan,
guy.
man. Dan
That's
has
my
been
guy.
on here, I think maybe 3 times. Two for sure. But I'm
Damn, I didn't know he was on here more than once.
because he was on with you by yourself.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was
yeah,
on
you're
with
right,
the
you're
father-in-law episode.
No, Dan is a deep dude, man.
He's
Like,
a deep guy.
I
He's a deep guy.
love Dan, man. His perspective. I like his energy. Like from the time that he and I met, been doing it for 10 years. We worked a dead-end job together, and was trying to both just make it our own ways and just relate it from hip hop. Man, when I told him I did a podcast, he was just like so into it and was so supportive of it. And me and AB used to meet at Starbucks and plan out on deck shit that we wanted to do, and he would just sit there and just whatever he could do to be involved, he would do it. Man, that shit was just, it was motivating. And from that relationship to grow to him genuinely being one of my like best friend, like true friend. Yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah, Dan, man, I'm grateful for you, man. You already know we walk in the same faith, so of course we brothers in that way. But just also, man, you just being a positive force, man. Like that is essential. I think it was Mo from Alabama when I asked him. I just told him that like I appreciate him listening, and we're trying to insert positive energy into the algorithm of life. You know what I'm saying? So that is absolutely what we on. I appreciate it. We're gonna go with Rich. I think Vince is trying to send something, but he's working through it right now because he says finger slipped or whatever. So we're gonna go with he hit the record button on accident, basically. Like,
oh my God, Vince, man.
Oh, but you sent me. He just sent something, but you sent me something too. So let me go with what you sent me first.
You got one with Wash.
Oh, that's Wash. Okay, let me see. Where did it go? Okay, this is from Sean Wash. He was also a guest.
What's going on, fellas? This is your boy, Sean Wash, man. Just sending you guys a shout out. I appreciate what you guys are doing. Keep moving it forward. As long as you're putting one foot in front of the other, you're moving in the right direction. Spike Lou, I'm loving the way you guys, I'm loving the way you're growing within this podcast and providing the knowledge and giving us men an outlet to express ourselves. And Mo, I love what you bring as far as the knowledge you have, and also challenging Spike Lou and some of his thoughts and ideas. You guys complement each other really well. Keep that going, and I'm looking forward to what's next to come for you guys. Good luck. I'll see you soon. Later.
Yes, sir. My man, Sean Wash, bro. Thank you.
My God. That's one of my favorite people, man. 100%.
He said something. He had a statement when he was on, man, that was huge. He said he felt like this is revolutionary. That stuck with me to this day. To this day. You know what I mean? That still sticks with me. Like, that was huge.
I'm surprised you even know what that meme is. I'm always surprised when you know what current.
I know a lot, bro. You know what I've learned? This is a new skill of mine. I know more than people think I know, but I downplay what I know.
You always surprise them. You always surprise them with it. To this day, you're like, damn, I didn't know this nigga knew nothing about that.
That's me, bro. I've learned downplay what you know. Like spook by the door, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like it.
It's working. Let me switch over here. Vince just sent us something, so let me switch it off, and Rich is gonna be our last on the voice notes for this Thanksgiving episode. I may put it out on Thanksgiving. I may put it out the day after. I don't know who wants to listen to a podcast on Thanksgiving. I'll be honest with you, but we'll figure that out after the fact.
Right. Headed to the fam house, man. Throw this on real quick. Motivate them to be better black men in the setting with their family, man.
You all that laughing and drinking and eating, nobody's.
Nah, you never know though. You never know who might need to hear this before they pull up on the fam, man.
All right.
No pressure though.
Nah, I like it. I like it.
You're gonna have some editing to do.
I can
There's
be
some editing
sold.
to do. Yeah, there's some editing to do.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't be sold.
Nah, I think you can be. I think you can be. I just think we talked about it, but like, yeah,
we can get into it because it's gonna have to do with the closing thoughts, I think. So yeah.
Okay. Well, this is from Vince. This was one of the most powerful episodes. We talked about being present, and man, did he body that. I mean, even the production I used on the episode just really brought it together. Even like the last episode with Spike, the production on top of what Spike was saying, sometimes things line up that I don't even know when I'm just putting something together, and it's just like, whoa. So this is from Vince, man, from Wild Black Podcast.
During this Thanksgiving holiday, brothers, I'm grateful for a lot of things, man. All the normal ones, my family, my friends, my blessing, my life, my loved ones. I'm grateful for all this good food I'm going to eat tomorrow. But I'm also reminded of the moments that are smaller, the moments that we sometimes overlook. The rare moments of sitting down with other brothers and having open, honest conversation that builds perspective and stretches us and helps us become better people, better men, better fathers, hell, better sons. So I'm grateful for another week in the books, for you two, for the work that you all have done to bring those kind of conversations to the forefront and create a safe space for them. I'm looking forward to more with you guys, and I can't wait to do it again. Peace.
You holding it together, bro?
It's a lot, man. We gonna when you play the one by Rich, we'll get into it. Play the one by Rich, so we can get into
it. Oh man, y'all just don't even know, but y'all gonna know. Y'all gonna know real soon here.
We finna tell them.
Yeah. Let me get this last connective piece together for our man Rich. I believe this is the last one that we got. Okay. And here we go. It was important for him. He had to catch a flight, but it was very important for him to get his note in, even though we talk on a regular basis. So shouts out to him. Here we go.
We appreciate it.
Maurice Hunt III, Spike Lou. It's your boy Rich. I couldn't let an opportunity pass to let you brothers know how much I appreciate you, how thankful I am for you, not just for being genuine, solid, stand-up dudes, but for also creating another week in the books. I'll let anybody who will listen publicly and privately that Another Week in the Books is my favorite podcast. The work that you brothers put in each and every week to lead the way on these conversations that need to be had, specifically within, between black men in our community, and stepping up to the plate and just really trying to become the better versions of ourselves, adding tools to the toolbox, as Spike says. You guys, I've been blessed enough to be on the show. I've shared my stories of how Another Week in the Books has helped me. Real moments, real life moments where things can go left real quick. And in my head, I'll think, what kind of question would Spike Lou ask in this situation? Or what would Maurice say about maybe shifting my mind and looking at it a different way? These are real things and they're having real impact for us each and every week. I'll let you brothers know every Friday when I get up, man, it's another reason to get out of bed. I'm excited for a new episode. I'm excited for new jewels. I'm excited for new guests. I really can't thank you brothers enough for this space and for all the impact that it's had with me. I know we do other work together, and we joke I'm the unofficial third host of Another Week in the Books, but I would say all the bookworms feel like that because you make it such an inviting space, man. It's not just a friends club. It's everybody. Even what you're doing right now with getting voice notes and adding everybody to the episode is a community. So I can't tell you, like I said, enough how much I appreciate y'all. Thank you for impacting my life, personally, professionally. Mo, hell of a producer. I'm always looking for tips, always looking to, sharpen my tools because of the work that you put in. Spike already told you what I feel about you as a podcaster, man. I model and shadow your steps every step of the way, even down to my, just trying to get my breath control under order. But, I don't want to ramble too much. You brothers know what it is. Much love, much appreciation. Shout out to another week in the books. Many, many, many more chapters coming your way. Y'all be cool. Peace.
Spike Lou.
How does this feedback feel, Mo?
Man, I really wanted you to go first because
that's why I'm the podcast of the year.
That's why. That's why you.
I got it off on you.
That's why you Mike won. That's why you Mike, because
I am Spike.
You
Lou
know I'm the emotional
because of
one
that.
here, bro. Why you put me on the spot like that, man? Like
it needs to be out there. I think it needs to be out there. Like, not to take away from you, because I still want you to answer the question first, but very, very rarely do we as Black men get put in a position where we're receiving praise like this. And being the mad scientist behind, like, coming up with this episode theme, that's what's my thought process. Where do you hear that at? You don't hear that at work. You very rarely hear that at home, amongst your homeboys, amongst your family. Like, it's very rare that people get to tell you, like, man, like, minus all the day-to-day bullshit, like, what you do for me overall, I appreciate that shit. And I knew from the feedback that we were getting that there were people out there like that could share that with us. So having heard it, what type of mind state does that put you in? How does that make you feel? Like, what do you have to say about
it? Y'all, man, y'all the best, man. Our numbers are not crazy. It's not some dramatic, huge number that we're doing. But for y'all to come through the way y'all did, in the small percentage of where we cover in this podcast, it means the world to us. For me, I've had this shadow that has followed me all my life, where every time I try to do something and I would put all the effort into it, failure would always come behind it. I'm so used to letdown, bro. I'm so used to being good and knowing I'm good at it, and then as soon as I get into it, something strips it. It gets taken away from me somehow. And so to be able, and so many times, just I've done so much for so many people, and I've tried to add value to people's lives over the time. Like, we doing this pod, but I've been doing this for a long time, bro. I've been doing I've been talked to OGs and talked to younger people, making them feel comfortable to be open. People have talked to me in the store, like, and I make myself vulnerable so that they can feel comfortable, because I'm like, they need to be heard. They need somebody to listen to them, even if you don't care. Somebody needs to be heard, because you don't know what they thinking about, what they're gonna do next if they don't get heard. Doing this show has been such a blessing for me. Knowing that I'm getting therapy, and y'all to break the fourth wall. Like, there have been moments where I thought about leaving. I'm like, I don't know if I could do this. I asked the question on air. I asked it on air, and I wasn't capping. I wasn't playing. I wasn't putting on. I'm like, bro, I don't know if I can keep doing this, because it's very hard for me to be this vulnerable all the time. I feel so exposed. I don't know how to go back to my life after I get off this mic. This is not fake. This is not overly produced. I'm giving y'all the real truth and where I'm at. Y'all know when I got fired. Y'all know when I was struggling with the father-in-law thing. Y'all know where I'm at with my with the newborn on the way. Y'all know I'm giving y'all real life jewels and real life moments. And so it has been a challenge for me, but I'm so grateful to know that I'm not giving real life moments for people to just say, "Oh yeah, that's cool."
That's a podcast.
It means the world to me, bro. I could be here all day talking about all of that, but I don't want to get here and cry on the air because I've told y'all I've had too many times I've about cried because it hits me like that. But
it's okay. Man, and that's okay. Like we ain't gotta be act like we more macho than Val, and when you act like moments we don't get emotional as black men.
Yeah.
As I was listening to that, I almost teared up a couple of times myself. In the sense of Dro spoke to this early when he was on here. And you talk about being the only child and being in your own world. It always shocks me the feedback that I get from people about stuff that I do. Because very, very regularly I feel like I ain't nobody listening. I'm just doing this to get my skills up, doing this so at one point if something does happen, I could use that to use my experience doing this other stuff. But this is different. This is different in the sense of the text that I receive every week. The people who, or I'll even say the relationships that it's been, like talking about Dro, I hadn't, before this had started, me and Dro really hadn't been on a regular communication in a long time. And it wasn't for any reason or anything other than just us being adults and living our lives. But the fact that you and I were able to do this show, and he felt the need to be like, nah, I need to talk to my homeboy. I hear him here. Or the fact that a brother like Rich, who I don't know, but every week on Friday when he listening to the show, he like, this is what I got from it. Like that shit is so powerful. Or even Jeff, who was on for us for a long time, on for us tonight for a long time. Just there hasn't been a show that I've done where Big Jeff hadn't listened to, or like it might have 4 listens. I know Jeff was one of them, but him being comfortable enough to be like, nah, this is what I want to hear and see from Lou. It means the world, bro. And we don't look at that lightly. It's not anything where we say like we gotta line up and do a podcast every week. I look forward to this each week because I know that you're gonna come with your A game. You don't take this lightly in the sense of, oh, we're just making content. We're in this stage or this place where it's content over everything nowadays. And you and I don't take that approach to our show. It's not content over everything. It's us over everything. I'm going to ask these questions. I'm going to be this person. I'm going to do these things to, not only does it make me better, but the people that are listening to it, it makes them better. So listening to this is just, I'm taken aback. I never thought, because I don't look at myself in that light, I never thought that people would respond to this the way that they did. I didn't think that. But as I continuously hear these responses and hear this stuff, I'm like, oh man, this is important. I hope that I'm able to deal with how important this is continuously moving forward. I hope that I'm able to be as locked in as I need to be and be as transparent as I need to be, and Mo and our relationship is as good as it needs to be for people to continue to receive what they receive from this show. Like I don't look at that lightly. I don't care if it's 1,000 people listening to it, if it's 10,000 people listening to it. I care about the 30 people who listen to it. And like, I need to send a voice note, or I went through this week and this helped me. That's who this show is for. It's not for the masses. It's not for advertising. It's not for entertainment, clicks, downloads, and impressions. That's not what this show is for.
Yeah.
This show is for people like Dro or Sean Wash or Chris, or Jeff, or any one of the other people who left those voice notes. It's for those people who take these conversations and move them out to the world, move them to the people that they love. Now they feel more confident in saying, I just heard this. I want to relay this to some people that I love and I talk to. Like, I don't think that I could ever put into words how much that means. That shit is powerful. I want to ask you, because one of the recurring themes that I heard here, when people say you're able to get that out of Lou, what does that mean to you? Like, what do you think that energy is? Like, what is it when you hear people say that? What do you think that you're doing where you're able to get that reaction versus it not seeming cliche, or versus it not seeming like you're on a soapbox? But what do you think that people are resonating with? Because Big Jeff said it a couple times, Dro said it, a lot of those calls said it. Like, you're able to get me in a space where I can be my best as far as giving the information that I have.
Boy, you're so good, bro. That's why I look up to you. I think it's just I've always been this kid, a teen. Let me not say I always been a kid, but like when I got older, let's just go high school. I never understood when people would do like the cliche things of like not being like, for example, hanging with the popular kids and they're talking about girls and getting buns and, you know, the football game, they on a, you know, junior varsity or whatever it is. And then when nobody else was around and I happen to be around, now we talking about Dragon Ball Z, or now we talking about, you know, things that necessarily are not the most popular things. And then I would catch them again, ask like, yo, you see the latest episode? They acting brand new because they're around a different set of people. I'm like, I always looked at it like, y'all weirdos. Like I always looked at myself like, oh, I'm weird because I think different from everybody. But I looked at them like, y'all weirdos because y'all being fake. Y'all, that's not, I'm into Dragon Ball Z, or I'm into anime or whatever at the time. I'm into this video game, whatever it is that's different than, and y'all into it too, but y'all faking it. But I'm not. So to bring it all the way full circle, when it comes to you, I realized at that young age, I don't like, and it's not on me, but I realized I want to figure out a way to make people comfortable enough where they don't have to fake that around me. You don't have to, if this is really who you are, you could be comfortable. And if that ain't really, I can challenge it. I used to be quiet for so many years. I got held back because I was so quiet. Because I just would hold stuff in. I would just think about stuff and hold stuff in. So I had to do a grade all over again. So getting to you in this point, I'm comfortable enough because I established this with my father-in-law. He a tough dude. When we were like when we were tight, he's a tough dude. He come from that era. You know what I'm saying? And so he come from that era where they was getting to it, fighting in the club. You know what I mean? All that. My dad come from that era as well. Your dad comes from that era. But when I met some other dudes that was like unk, but they wasn't really my unk. But when I would get around them, they felt comfortable enough to start admitting certain things about their flaws. And because I would challenge people on that. I'm like, but what do you really feel though? And I would really get more into it, but there wasn't no cameras around, wasn't no microphones. So by the time me and you linked, I felt comfortable enough because if you came up with this concept of black men elevating conversation amongst black men, so I said, okay, if we're doing that, and me and you had a few phone calls saying, okay, yeah, we on the same page. We need this. This needs to be in the algorithm. So I knew at that point, I said, I'm going to feel comfortable to challenge because I know my intent is never going to be malicious. I really love people. I love humanity, like, you know, as best I can. So I really that means a lot to me. So getting it out of you, I think, like you always talk about, the genuineness, that's a gift of mine. I'm genuinely like that way. Like I'm not trying to be, I've always been that way as a kid all the way now. So getting that out of you is from a place of love. And I think you sense that being a great observer. And so when I'm doing that with you, even before I really knew you like that, it's a place of love. Like, oh, I really mean well. So I think not having the history with you, it has worked in my favor for something like this versus your friends having the history. It kind of works against them because of a personal relationship, I can't ask you these things, or we can't have these conversations because it's too many different pieces of info and history you know about me. So I have to figure out where is this coming from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. I totally understand it and I appreciate it.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
What do you think, not taking me out of this equation, I mean, I'm a part of it, but what do you think about the moment, like going to episode 1 to now being at episode 69 of like the vulnerability? Obviously, that was a process for you to get from where you started to this point. It was always something on your agenda, something you always intended, but now you're at a place where we just had all of those voice notes. And now it's like you're at a place where you're so vulnerable. What is that? I mean, and you're in therapy, so I don't know if there's a difference, but where are you today in being vulnerable based on the things we've done here?
This has made me a lot more open to being vulnerable. And it's a couple of things. One is, again, not to be a Debbie Downer, but I never really look at myself like that. Like, I never really take the time out to say, oh, you've done the work, so people should look at you like, oh, you're this well-accomplished guy. That always surprises me, right? It's always surprising for me for a motherfucker like we talked about in the episode to be like, oh, you have a job? Like, you don't do podcasting full time? It's always surprising for me when somebody like Big Jeff, who I know got a full schedule, does his own podcast, and I didn't send him a link. I didn't ask him to listen to something, but he responds to something that I did a couple of days ago. It's like, I seen you on this, that hoodie was fire. Or just stuff like that. And Dro spoke to it too. Being an only child, you get caught up in your own world and you think, oh, it's me against the world. Nobody paying attention, nobody listening. I got to do this shit and figure it out for myself. And when I do get there, I get to celebrate by myself. Or when I do go through the troubles, I go through the troubles by myself. What you've been able to do, and what this podcast has been able to do with how people have responded, just random text messages, random stuff when I'm on other platforms. I'll be on DeadEnd. I was on DeadEnd Sports. They take comments to where you pay to talk about sports. And 1 week, it was a nigga that paid to say, hey, I know all y'all doing with the sports shit is cool, but I listen to Lou on Another Week in the Books, and that shit's fire, and y'all need to go listen to that there.
Hey.
Like that.
Whoa.
I'm always, and I don't know if it's just being too humble or not having enough, like I'm always shocked at that. I never believe that people are really tapped in like they say they are.
Yeah.
This show has made me understand, like, nah, bro, you have something to say. And it's not because you're standing on a soapbox and trying to push this narrative. It's because you're being open. You're being vulnerable with your process of making it to where you want to be as a Black man. Not having it all figured out. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing everything or trying to be the smartest nigga in the room, but sometimes just having conversations with a nigga like Mo and people listening to it and being like, oh, that's the goal. That's the key. So to answer your question, which I forget what it was at this point because I rambled.
Just like how has it affected your vulnerability?
Yeah, to answer your question, how it's affected my vulnerability, I'm much more open now. I'm much more willing to talk to people. I'm much more understanding of the role that I play in my life. Like not going through the motions, like really understanding. Like, me and Dro have had business conversations about stuff that doesn't pertain to this podcast since then. And I understand the value that I hold in what I need to do when he approaches me and say, hey, I got this going on. You would be a perfect fit for it. And not wondering, oh, well, shit, can I do that? Or like, no, nigga, you got the skill set. You can do it. You've proven to people they're reaching out to you for these things. You should lean into it. So it's giving me a lot more confidence in a business aspect to be like, no, people are listening. You're not just spewing bullshit. It doesn't come off that way. Like, you're doing what you signed up to do. It just may not be going at the pace that you wanted to go at. But don't get discouraged because it ain't. Because there's still people out there that see what you're doing and like, oh, no, I get it. Like you. And that's why I asked you the question. Like, you come from a place when you're asking me questions and we're talking about this, it's not like, oh, well, why you haven't figured it out yet? Like, you don't come off that way. You come off like, oh, I get it. It's a process. I see you're working through that process, and I'm curious about that process. That makes it a lot easier for a nigga like me to be like, well, okay, here's the process. Versus feeling like I got to live up to, oh, you thought I was this. You thought I was this, or you thought I was that, or you looked at me in this way. But like, no, like, I understand you. And again, to give you your flowers, bro, you come out from a place where like, no, I get it. However, give me some more information, and me having to provide you with that more information gives me the confidence.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me the confidence to do what I need to do outside of this.
Man,
it's a heavy episode, huh? It's a heavy episode. I had to wipe a couple tears away, man. I ain't
Hey,
gonna
bro.
lie. I had,
Bro,
like,
you-
I
that-
had to go. I
Hey,
had to
bro,
wipe
you
a
always
couple
you always
tears.
got me a couple times, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, hey, you better stop doing that. Chill out. Like, cause I'm that
And
dude.
the reason that it is because I never expected this, bro. I didn't think people would respond to this the way that they did. I won't even hold you.
Bro,
Like, this
you
was
didn't
something
think.
that, yeah, this was something that I did to just think, okay, me and Mo can gather some rapport from this. And it's gonna be easy for us because we're gonna talk about stuff that we go through. But when niggas like Rich start hitting me up and Wash, I'm in a group chat with him every day. But outside of that, he'll hit me up and like, nah, bro, it's it. Or Jeff. Like, I'll never forget one of the first few episodes. Big Jeff hit me up and like, this it. That thing that you wanted to do, that person that you want to be known as a podcaster, it's another week in the books. Everything else is cool. Because like I said, Big Jeff will listen to it. If it's 4 listeners, I know that he was one of the 4. Like, if nobody else listened to it. And that's since day one. And that's why I fuck with him that way.
Yeah, Jeff is
because
one.
he signed up for like, I fuck with you and what you do. But as soon as he heard this, he texted me and he was like, nah, this is your bag. This is Mo bag. This is where y'all need to be at. This is what people need from you. I love On Deck. I love everything else you do, and that's cool. But this right here, run it.
And everybody keeps saying that, bro.
Run it.
Everybody keeps saying that. And
like
my wife,
I was so go ahead.
I was gonna say my wife, like, I've had conversations. I was like, babe, like, I don't know if I can do this because I'm so empty. Because I'm spilling everything I got out of myself into the show, not because I'm trying to like necessarily always give everybody, but that's all I know how to be. And I don't know if I have something to give the next week because I feel empty. And I was like, but I don't know how long I can do this. And I was like, but the other show though, and she was like, and she kept it chill because she know how I am. Like when I get my mind set on something, but she was just like, wait, which one is this one? This is Soprano. What you talking about the other show? Yeah. She was like, I don't think you should do that, babe. Like I'm gonna tell you that.
Wait, how did that go? Tell me again.
Okay, so I remember like when I had that
the 3-week break.
Yeah, after the 3-week break, but like on air when I asked that question, like, bro, I really don't know if I could keep doing this.
Yeah,
because it takes a lot out of me. At that point that you gave your advice, you said, bro, it was great advice. It was just in so many words. I processed it different than how you said it. But nonetheless, I'm glad I said it because you said what you needed to say that resonated for me, that kind of helped me, which was like you said, well, bro, you're in your own world. You don't really keep up with what's going on. So everything we talk about, you take it very personally. So when you come onto the show, you spew from a personal perspective. So everything is personal. And so you basically said so many words. I said, so you say I need more distractions. I need some fluff. He was like, yeah, pretty much. I was like, okay. So not take it so seriously. But before that though, I was telling my wife and she was just like, I was like, I don't know. I said, I mean, on the other show, it's easy because it's essentially you're on deck. This is easy. I talk about what's going on in hip hop, create my little swag, my little humor. I can build everything around what's already established, right? Anything, sports, rap, whatever. Right. So I'm feeling that way about Sopranos. I'm like, I could build whatever I want around what's established. But this right here, it's not the same. But I was like, I don't know. She's like, wait, you're not talking about this? You talking about the other podcast? And she was like, I don't know, babe. I don't think you should do that. Like, I think you should definitely keep doing that because I think it's doing something. And bro, it stuck with me.
This is the easiest and the hardest podcast that I do. And at any given time, like real talk, at any given time, I'm doing maybe 6 podcasts a week. Show reviews, On Deck TV, Full Sport, DeadEnd Sports. Kill me for that. Any given time, frames per second. Any given time, I'm doing 6 podcasts a week. The one that's on my mind the most is this one. Because just like you just said, I can show up for all the other ones and I do this. I know
Yeah.
how to do it. I'm cold.
Yeah.
For lack of, for a better word and not tooting my own horn. Like I know
this.
how to do this, bro.
Yeah.
This one is the one where I'm laying in the bed and I'm thinking at night, like, damn, like that shit the most sent over for the topic, man. What scenario in my past can I bring up to make that shit come home?
Yeah.
Or like what would Rich want to hear when Mo is asking me these questions? What would Jeff want to hear? What would Sean watch? What would these people who have invested in this show that listen every Friday to say, oh, this is a part of my life, what do they want to hear? Not even in the sense of trying to cater to them, but what makes the most sense for everything that we built from this point. This is the hardest podcast and the easiest to do. And that's an oxymoron.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it means, like, I never thought that it would mean this much to people.
Me neither.
But the fact that it does mean so much to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm the most motivated to do this every week. I go to DeadEnd Studios on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Sundays, and I spoke about Ken, who is the head of that thing over there, and how I kind of look at him as a mentor and what he does and how he's built out DeadEnd. And he said, like, out of the blue, bro, what y'all doing at Another Week in the Books, man? Like, I love that. Like, how can I incorporate that with what we do? And I was so taken aback by that because I didn't even think that he was that type of person that would listen to this, like these type of conversations and take it serious. Not taking anything away from him.
Yeah.
No, he's a well thought out dude, but I just feel like he didn't have enough time to listen to stuff like this and it registered with him. And then the following week, he's like, you're gaining more fans on DeadEnd Sports with that energy that you bring from Another Week in the Books. And that meant the world to me in the sense of this little podcast that we do over here in our own corner of the world with the own people that we listen to, and all the other podcasts I do that may reach to a lot more people and the masses. People keep referring to this. Are you bringing the best out of Lou? When I'm looking for Spike Lou, yeah, I know he does DeadEnd Sports. I know he does On Deck. I know he does Frames Per Second. I know he does all these other things. But when I'm looking for the best out of him, I'm going to go listen to Another Week in the Books. And they got a lot to do with you, brother. And I appreciate you for it.
Man, I'm grateful, bro. I thank you for, again, just being open to answer a DM from a stranger. And y'all, this whole podcast was built just to create chemistry so we could do a different podcast.
Yep.
And then here we are.
This was something we were doing to create chemistry for good earners.
Yes.
If I'm gonna do, like I told Mo, if I'm gonna do a Sopranos podcast with you and I don't know you, like we gotta figure out some type of rapport.
Yes.
We have to.
And boy,
by the way, I have this idea that we could talk about this stuff being black men, and Mo was open enough to be like, okay,
yeah,
I can do that.
Yeah, because
the confidence that you have, like, because you're not the first nigga that I present this idea to, and a lot of niggas like, I ain't trying to get that deep, bro. Dang. I don't want to talk about that stuff. I can't do that. Never did you come and be like, no, I can't do that. You were open to the challenge of being like, okay, I'm open to that. Like, it'll get me to where I want to be, and maybe it'll make me a better person in the process.
Yeah.
That's what this podcast is about.
Bro, y'all were top 5 favorite podcasts. You mean to tell me, I could not get one, but 2 podcasts? Let's go, bro. What are you talking about? Absolutely talking about what black men, what? Oh, yeah, we good. Yeah, and we get to Sopranos, let's do it. We do it twofers. Like, absolutely. When you told me that, I was like, what? Yes. I don't care. I'll figure out the details when we get there. You know, so but man, nonetheless, man, just as I'm gonna leave my last statement, you leave your last statement, and we'll let the people this probably gonna come out after Thanksgiving, because I'm gonna let it marinate. I can't even, it's been a lot, bro. But my concluting statement, that those that are listening, man, thank y'all so much, man. Y'all don't realize a little bit goes a long way with us. We're not celebrities. We're not in the industry. We're not established like y'all would think we are, like y'all think Spike is, or like all of this matters It counts. Anything y'all say, it matters, bro. Y'all think about y'all life. When somebody compliments you or make you feel good, it matters. You get complimented about something, me especially at this age. I got complimented the other day, and I thought about that all day. I'm like, man, that really was, So thank y'all so much, because as much as we intend to create a journey of success that can be from a lucrative perspective in this show, it's more important to create success from a social standpoint with y'all. So I'm so glad that we could bless y'all lives. Y'all have blessed our lives with the feedback, man. And I am grateful for y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for the compliments for me and for Spike. Thank y'all. I really appreciate everybody. And we're going to keep bringing more guests, more conversations, all that, man.
Facts. I would say to all the people that took time out to leave the voice notes, man, you'll never know how much that meant to me. Going into the holiday, birthday weekend, really trying to double down on what I'm doing in the media space, y'all will never know how much influence, how much motivation that gives me. So thank you. Thank everybody that took time out of their day to do that. Second, everything that Mo said, we're going to continue to build, get bigger, get better. Things are in the works to where a lot more people are going to start hearing these podcasts. But I do appreciate the people who've been here from day one, who understood what it was, got it, shared it, showed it to the people that they had real conversations and real relationships with. And from this point, started to have conversations and relationships with the people that they shared it with based off this. Y'all don't know, y'all would never have a clue on how much this meant to us. Never. Because it means the world.
Yes.
And we want you to continue to do that. If somebody told you about this podcast, then tell somebody else about it.
Come on.
Please. Because that's how important this is. And these conversations are amongst Black men. It's not important. I'm not important. Mo's not important. These conversations are important.
That's right.
We don't want you to think that we're bigger than thou and we're trying to be celebrities from this. My main goal is that people are more comfortable having the conversations, Black men especially, having the conversations that we have, because he and I have the same passions in mind as far as making it do what it do.
Yeah.
For another week in the books.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all can continue to hit us up, awitb2022@gmail.com. We'll always accept more voice notes. Like, don't think that you just got to do it
Send
on
them every week.
Yeah,
Man,
every week. Come on, every week. Like, we'll play it on air if y'all got questions, whatever. We're gonna I think it was Van. We're gonna get with you. We're gonna try to get you on an episode.
I want to hear from him.
Yeah, I definitely want to hear. We'll try to cater some. We'll have some conversation. Thank you. Thank all y'all, man. We love y'all. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. By the time y'all hear this, and we'll
Happy
be
holidays.
Happy
Absolutely.
holidays.
Happy holidays. Everybody enjoy your Thanksgiving. Enjoy your families. We appreciate you guys. Mo,
Yes, sir.
take us out.
And we out. That's it.